regardless, why don't we have a chat about the Magnum Opus events, because they all happened quite recently, and Kana, you actually just got home from one, if I recall.
Correct. Correct.
I am
Yes.
shamed to say that I failed my one.
Your
The Magnum Opus I ran.
ah.
How did you fail it?
We only got like 4 people.
Oh no, that's all right. Most places got like 4.
Yeah, we got 7 at the one that I was at.
A couple didn't go off. Mine was supposed to be last week, but unfortunately, in maybe 48 hours before the event, I had about 10 people have things happen that meant they couldn't make it. So Colin was very kind and let me reschedule it for today. Excuse me. Which we got really 11 players, but my wife decided to drop, so there wasn't a buy for people that travelled.
Couldn't hang out with you that long.
Yeah, she just chilled out.
Damn it.
On that note, big shout out to Colin Harris for actually putting these
Yes.
events together in the first place.
Yes.
They were
Yes,
so
big-
necessary.
Also, a big thank you to the community in that, for those who did go to them, because that is, well, and will hopefully continue to go to them, because that is, like, I'd love to see these succeed, because they are for us. That is it. They are for us to get together, catch up, have a not even competitive, like, I didn't play any form of competitive deck. I had a ball, got to see a lot of mates. That's what it's about. It's not about, winning in that, which is a shame that we're only getting 3 or 4 players
Yeah.
to some of them. But the point of it is to encourage travelling and seeing each other, and that seems to be what they're achieving so far. So
And on
Yeah.
that, and this is something I really, because this is what I discussed with Colin on the interview, these might become the invitational system. So instead of obviously having 3 months of every weekend bang, 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 these are a possible idea to do it more spread out. So if you prefer to have them spread out, this is your time to go, I'm going to support this now so that, the powers that be see that this is working and this is what we want. Otherwise, I assume we're just going to go back to a status quo that was working, even when it wasn't.
Yeah, just my personal opinion. These events, they are absolutely designed for a community to come together and play some cards. If they're a competitive event or not, it doesn't matter. Just come, play some cards, have some fun, and mix and interact. Like, when all is said and done, it's a community-based game. Like, it's called a trading card game. If there's no one to trade with, like, if there's nobody that shows up, there's nobody to trade with, and that is the central premise of a trading card game.
Yes.
Is trading cards.
And the next ones are on the 30th and 14th of August. They are the level ups for Rebellion Call.
And I am very excited for those, because it is our first taste of playing the cards that just came out and having some fun with them.
Yeah, I'm calling it the unofficial release weekend events.
That's what the level ups are designed to be, basically.
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Well, normally they're meant to be 2 weeks after. But obviously, because of what happened with the
Set being pushed back. Yep.
Yeah. So, which is fine. That's like good.
Yeah, if we're interested, do we want to talk about the deck lists that we ran? Because, like, obviously, if we're promoting, like, having fun at these events, why not we promote the decks that we had fun with?
Yeah, absolutely. Go.
Yeah.
Why don't you go first?
I shall. So the deck that I ran was it was actually a 50 forwards Golbez list. So it's not the Golbez, not the Opus 1 Golbez. As much as I quite like that one as well. I was using the Water Golbez and Nox Suzaku and the aim was to basically just the moment that I've got those forwards down, I'm playing my entire deck for free, you know. So it was all sorts like the deck actually did run all 8 elements, and there were several cards in the deck that I was not legally able to cast, but I could play using Golbez and Noxazaku, like White Tiger Lysine Nimbus. I cannot cast that card. Um, Titania as well. I cannot cast that card because I'm running 50 forwards. I don't have backup summons and monsters to put into my breakstone to cast that card. So the deck actually did perform fairly well. It was a 2-1 result in the end for the deck. But it's just so much fun to play. Like, the deck kind of does get bodied by cards like Susano and Shintoto and stuff like that. I mean, I do run 3 copies of Opus 5 Ishtola, and not just because it's a 3-drop, but also because it kind of protects my board entirely. But basically, the deck is like 3 copies of the Water Golbez, 3 copies of that Ishtola, 3 copies of Cloud, the Opus 11 Starter Cloud, and everything else is pretty much the rest of the deck is singletons.
Please tell me you had Ice Gilgamesh.
Oh yeah, I'm running that too.
Yeah, I built a L6 deck that was Bart's Boko Bluebez with Light Noctis and that Gilgamesh. Problem is Soiree.
That is always the problem with every.
Yeah, it's
every
like cool.
single...
This deck. Well, even before that, he had all the Moogles for the multicolors. But it's just like cool. I'm losing the Moogles and Soiree exists. This deck is going away now.
Let's just put that one on the shelf casually. But yeah, like the deck is so much fun to play around with. Like there are plenty of times where I've like drawn an opening hand and then drawn a card for turn, and they were all different elements, and I couldn't play them. So
I still need to get, like, I swear I want to take at every major event like a box of the mini pack of Skittles, and anytime something like your deck or Soiree derps, they have to skull the bag.
in my case, make it chocolate M&Ms and you've got a deal.
That's not tasting the rainbow.
Yes, it is. You can get chocolate M&Ms in every color. It's just the inside it's a chocolate, so they're tastier.
I was gonna ask, are you one of those people that thinks M&Ms have a different flavor?
No.
Okay.
I think we are all missing out on the most cracked card ever made, Opus 1 Leon. You know what? If there was a prevalence of Sid Randell, I would potentially play that Opus 1 Leon just to be funny.
You know, I'm gonna build a Leon deck for locals next week.
Oh, nice. 3 cost 9k, busted.
Yeah, like game over, guys.
What did you play, Kanagawa? Oh, sorry.
Leon enters field, your opponent plays 1 character. Hey, to be fair, that's actually probably not that bad right now, considering everyone's playing summon decks and wants to not play forwards. Is it forwards or character? Oh no, it's character. Oh,
Character,
yeah,
isn't it?
Nah, that's awful. That is awful. Oh damn. Wow. Oh boy.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, I thought it was forward, and I was like, you know what, it's kind of playable, but no. Meaning for locals, I could maybe make it work. Now I just lose next week, I guess. Sure.
So,
but no.
So your next challenge is to play that deck and win with it.
Yeah, locals next week, man.
Also, I've always like been confused by the timing of that. It's like when Leon enters the field, your opponent may only play 1 character card from his or her hand onto the field. It's like, but it entered the field last turn.
He has a super relevant job. Well, being fair, the text on that card, like the text on the card, it's like the job has been changed. It's no longer a Dark Knight. It's actually a rebel. So
yes, it's a rebel now.
Yes, that does make it potentially super relevant because you can actually search it,
no.
search for it with Guy. And...
Yeah, I was gonna say drop Guy, search, play. Fuck yeah.
Oh, it's a rebel. Bad now.
No,
Yeah.
You play your guy into Yosef search for a rebel
Yes.
to add the Leon, cheat the Leon in somehow, play like 3 forwards, and your opponent just off the Leon goes, okay, I'll play my Shentoto for free.
Well, look,
Oh, sick.
the reason why I've not liked it is just the fact that, you don't want your opponent to get their ETBs during your turn. That's what I was saying about the timing before. But also, I like the idea someone actually posted of play Leon, Ami your own Leon, it lives. It was a joke. It was a joke. It's a joke. But I'm like looking at that going, holy shit, if you're doing all that work to make Leon worth it.
You know what? I think that might be the start of that deck I'm playing Tuesday.
No,
Oh, you gotta do it.
Oh,
we're gonna upgrade the deck even more. You're running Opus 6 Renoa to flicker the Leon.
Ooh. Let's not get two. Let's not get two.
Like I get I get the idea. Your opponent. Yeah, like I get the idea. Your opponent should not have cards in hand, so Leon should be safe to play. But damn, that's not 100%.
Opus 1 Layla. Is that the?
I think it's when it deals damage.
When it deals damage, draw a card. That actually it was really upsetting because I remember I built. I think it was Opus 5. I built a really not really good deck.
Do you spell
the shell of something that could have been quite good using Layla to just get so many draws at the time. And then next set they printed Layla. And I'm like, okay, I guess we just play the good one now.
Yeah, and then we never saw a different
Layla
one ever
does
since.
do things.
I have no idea why it keeps resizing the goddamn cards. All day with this shit.
It's just to spite you specifically.
All day with this. That's the Layla.
Oh, even 3-drop 6k. Look at that power.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna build Agrius, 6-cost Agrius, flip into a Leon.
The gall. If you win with it, my god. Hold on, I'll put up Leon as well.
Then all they've got to say is Amaterasu and you just cry.
Yeah, I put up the Leon as well because I might as well have the two. Yeah, perfect team, right? Playing Ice Water.
Those, I'll pay 3 of each of them and 3 Agrius, and they will be my only 3 costs.
Don't forget the Renoa to flicker.
No.
Yeah. They will be my only 3 costs in the deck. That is what Renoa Agrius will play.
I figured out the best use for Leon. You trick your opponent into playing it, so you then play the Flicker Lightning, exiling their Leon. So if they ever kill your Lightning, you get another card.
Or if you make a board with both of these and win the game, godlike. In
a legit system, like you can't go into like an event and just go, "Can I play by myself? I win."
No, we still get 6 to 8 players. It's an actual.
No. I'm saying I'm saying any person that wins with both of these has to win in the legit system.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've got this. This is my goal now. This is my goal until Rebellion's cool. And when I do so, that list will be posted in your Discord.
Do you know what the dumbest? Do you know what the dumb thing is with some new cards that are coming out in the next set, and with the way Knights works with the last swell? This isn't completely out of the wheelhouse. Like, if they have no cards, Leon comes in safe. If you've done frozen their stuff with Knights, Layla gets in.
Yeah, no, it's, the Leon, all you have to do is just control their hand. Layla, all you have to do is control their board. What's wrong with that? That's easy.
Yeah, like,
that's perfectly fine.
You also have Biblos that helps her. Like, Biblos, swing, you discard. I dull and freeze something, swing with Layla.
Biblos cost 3 or less. No, we don't want to risk. We don't want to risk Agrius.
Yeah, you That means we're not running Last Will in the deck either, because that's a 2-drop.
Correct.
Against the Immortal God today, I was playing the Fire Ice and he was playing Black Waltz 13. So I played, the Knights out to free stuff, and then he goes, okay, I Black Waltz to kill it. Like, okay, cool. Now I play my 9k 4 and 5 costs and higher, and he's like, oh.
They're a bit larger.
I wasted all my resources killing your small things. I'm like, I know. Now you have no hand. And at one point, like, he discarded his entire hand, played a huge field with, like, all the combo pieces, and I just go, Squall? And, yeah, Immortal God's like, aww, reads it and just goes, scoop. Like, yeah, 4 dudes were dying on his side of the field, I was getting an extra damage in, and we're both no cards in hand.
You know, it's,
So what did you run? What did you run for yourself today, Kana?
Ah, right. I went with the intention of running, I guess Guardians, but it was all of the Water Guardians, and then Sarah into Princess Sarah, and name Wind. So that way I could play Yuna, and then the rest of the cards were Fire. That was my intention. That deck, by the way, is also weirdly strong. Like, it's not okay.
Is that the 12 Jacked deck?
No, I could, but no. No. It was just the 4-ject, but just having access
Only
to
4.
Amaterasu. Well, it was Amaterasu and Susanoo, plus attack with Titus. Susanoo doesn't kill my board. What? Why? What? Because my board's buffed by 4k, it's silly. But anyway, fun deck. What I ended up playing is what Vanessa was going to play, which has been my locals deck for a little bit. It's Waterfire Party. The entire idea of me building the deck was based around getting Mog 6 to resolve. With his, your opponent, choose a forward, your opponent puts it into the break zone. Just because fuck's alright, I guess. So, Onion Knight. 3-cost Yuna, that when parties you control attack, draw 2. Morrow, on attack, draw 2. And there's another one.
Is it Oily Boy that does a card draw as well, the monster?
Maybe. Yeah, he wasn't in it though. It was, but I did have Andoria, Noctis, drawing cards was happening. I was drawing cards. Oh, Mog 6 himself draws cards. So Mog 6
Yes.
Resolve was the idea of the deck. And then that's what I started with, and then I realized Soul and Crystals are really, really broken. Because buffing your board by 2k is silly, which people forget about all the time, because they always chum block and you go, okay, buff board by 2k. They go, oh yeah. And then you play a Susanoo and they wonder why your forwards aren't dead. And you go, I paid 3 crystals. Okay. Very funny.
I'm loving the look of crystals coming up.
But yeah, the fact that if you're going second with that deck, you can go pay 2, play one of your crystal generate backups, pay 6, play Marsh, search your deck for a soul, pay your crystal, and play either Onion Knight or Squall.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just from there, if Mog 6 ever hits the board and lives, you win. And all your party attacks generate your crystals, and then your opponent, like Shan Toto is their only out, even though you're running a Matarasu. Shan Toto is their only out, because by the time you've set up and got a wide enough board, generally, unless you go full stupid ham, which I did today against Rob Meadows, because I thought we'll just fucking around having fun. But yeah, you hold Amis for Totos if you know they're playing Toto, but Titan, Lord of the Crags, and Susanoo dealing that much damage to your board, you have 5 crystals. You don't care. You just soul buff your board out of it. And just keep swinging. So good. So good. But, like what happened today, there is the 1 in 5 game, and this is why the deck is not good. 1 in 5 games, so I was versing Squash Peas. Drew my hand, he drew the nuts, went into Mayakov into Lilith Dancer deck.
Yeah.
And turn 3, I still didn't have any way of gaining a crystal, and also discarded. The turn after he played Mayakov, drew 2 Amaterasu, and then the next turn drew my third.
Oh.
So yeah, it's just a matter of 1 in 5 games you just don't draw crystals and you lose. Like that's the thing you have to face with this deck.
Yeah.
That hurts my soul to hear.
Yeah, it's just. But otherwise, it's hilarious and beautiful fun, and it's very, very easy to get Mog 6 to resolve, which is the premise of the deck.
I think the 6-cost Water Marsh is kind of a low-key card that no one really has paid attention, but deserves a lot of it.
No, because as soon as people think that, he immediately becomes bad, because an Ami on Marsh means you lose the game. No easy way to put it. You just discarded 3 cards for no reason. At least Shantoto nets you a backup. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And a cancelled Marsh loses you the game, which is why Marsh isn't good. But in this deck, with Mog 6 and Soul being your targets for Marsh, very good.
But I've seen so many people take that same risk with either Cecil or, what's it called? The 9k one, at least it's a 9k, so Ami doesn't kill it. But I've seen so many people take those risks in decks that are doing well.
I mean, the perfect example is Madame Adele. It dies to an Amaterasu.
Yeah.
But the rest of the deck is strong. Marsh doesn't fit. He rarely fits into a really strong deck. He fits into gimmick decks.
Yeah, that I'll say. No, I agree with that.
Yeah. So anything running your 2-cost guy is trying to abuse Soul, because Soul's hilarious. I actually thought of sorry to keep rambling, but one of the things that excited me most this set, I immediately built a deck that goes Aegis into Soul, into Aegis into Opus 1 Godot, into Soul, into Caius, into Layla, Rez, Allure, and a Viking. Viking, reveal a top 5, play a Viking, draw a card, Shawl.
Yeah.
And it works. It shouldn't, and it doesn't, but technically it's possible.
Just the 9 or 10 cards in hand and 3 crystals.
No, you pay. Well, I mean, yeah, you need all of them in hand, but you also, you just need some crystals and 4 specific forwards in hand, and you're good to go. And then it only costs you technically 2 CP because you draw off the Viking and discarding a lure for sure. So, you know.
You weren't able to run Meath in it?
Who was that, sorry?
You weren't able to run Meath in the deck?
What one, that one, or the...
The fire one. The backup.
The one I played today.
Yeah.
This
is a setup for a joke. This is a setup to a joke. So no one's been able to build the elusive Crystal Meath deck yet.
Hey, that was the name of my last night's Fire Knights list.
I know. It's the only reason I play it, because I was trying to build the same thing. I need to top with it just with like top list Crystal Meath.
Crystal Meath.
We need a Meath that uses crystals. Yes, we need a Meath that just outright is a crystal generator or user.
I am going to be here listening, but I won't be able to talk for about 3 minutes.
Oh, that's fine. I'll go through my deck. I'll go. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Why did you talk about your deck that you ran?
You mean your deck? I've been tweaking it.
No,
yeah.
your deck.
No, it's the Knights deck that that I got off you. I've been tweaking
really?
it. Yeah, I've been tweaking it, so making it match my meta. Like I said, I've been undefeated practically with it for a month and a half, and I only lost to 3 card draw EX bursts in a row. Technically 5, but the first 2 didn't matter. Like I hit the Water Soiree, the Water Soiree, the Water Soiree, Amber, Tyro.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And I'm just sitting there going, why am I even playing the game? What's the point in making you discard? But yeah, I'm really loving that deck. I don't like how coin flippy it can be. Like, it's very much, if I get a really bad start. Like, I had a start where I just scooped on turn 3 because just things didn't go my way. I'd like to play... I don't know if it's better or worse, but I'd kind of like to focus more with the new cards that we'll talk about later. But something a bit less aggro and a bit more... I can play more than one backup.
Well, the thing is, the deck does, like, plays like that by design. Like,
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not. I'm not saying the deck was built wrong. I'm saying I'd like to tweak it and try the other side of that setup.
or the category 6 side.
Oh, kind of, but I still like the idea of the knights and crystals, but a bit more mid-rangey, less aggro.
The problem with that is, yeah, you could do all the knight stuff, but all of the knights are 2-drops, so you may as well just go aggressive.
Yeah, I know. But I think with the new light card, it's got a bit more support to being a bit more mid-rangey and longevity.
No, that new light card basically turns it into a much more aggressive deck.
Oh, you think so?
Yes,
oh,
absolutely.
We might have something to talk about then, because I'm seeing it do more mid-rangey, because it affects a lot more of the 5-cost stuff in the deck. Well, we can talk about that awful when we do the review. But
yes.
Yeah, so I think it's. Do you think it's time, guys?
I think it's time.
Think it's time?
No, not yet.
No,
Not yet.
you don't want to see the
so...
oh, wrong one. But you guys don't want to see the. I meant by the by it's time, just to make it clear, because I think Katagawa didn't mean. Is it time for us to reveal the spoiler and move into spoiler chat?
I know exactly what you mean.
Okay.
I still think no, because I want to just make people more antsy.
Okay.
So, this Leon Layla deck, right?
Soon, Julian. We were literally just talking about should we do it now, and everyone's like, "Is it revealed?"
We're still going absolutely all in on Leon Layla deck.
I've been slowly brewing in the side.
Julian, you have arrived at the perfect time.
I was going to do it now, but someone isn't letting me. Go on.
No, we're building.
Go for it. I'm looking over here.
Impromptu. We're building this 50-card deck right now.
All right. Give me control of your screen, Khalil.
All right. So I think it should come up instantaneously as soon as I click this. Prepare for. Oh my God! Yes, that's the size of the card. This has been happening all day. This is what I get for doing like non-gaming stuff for the first time. But
I love these one-cost monsters.
I got me an orc boy. We got some orcs.
Wow.
So I'll read it out. It's a monster, 1-cost lightning, orc type orc. Mobius. When orc enters the field, choose 1 damage forward, break it. Pay lightning generic, dull it, put orc into the break zone, choose 1 forward, dull it. I actually kind of like it.
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
I kind of really
so
like
happy.
it. I know, I kind of really like this.
It's Cactuar's best friend.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Mitsuki Yuan with EX Burst, like for Sawyer, and Mitsuki making for Sawyer hit for 8Ks was incredible, and this is just 3 more copies of Yuan in a deck that makes Mitsuki good. So
yeah, and
I will also state that does not mean this is going to be a good deck.
Well,
fun.
I don't know if Colin knew this or not when he gave me this card, but one of my main starting decks when I sort of got a bit more on my feet after like year 2 was the Orlando Lightning Wind damage break sort of style deck with Cactuar and all that. So when I saw this, I was just very happy.
Yeah, welcome back to Opus 4. This is Cactuar's best friend.
Yeah. I'm just now imagining orcs running into
Honey
battle with cactuses in hand. But no, and
Mitsuki loves this more. You have Kalia Shabal, Mitsuki, Orc.
And here's the other thing, that the fact that we have now 2...
It's a multiplayer? Ooh.
Yeah, it is.
You could run Urianger to get it back from your break zone.
Yeah.
Used to have to pay 5 for this ability. Yeah.
Yeah, back on the old Orlando days.
No, so I was like, I looked at this and it's just like, I kind of really like this, and we got ourselves an orc.
I love it.
But
I like the goggles actually.
the mask.
Those are some giant goggles. It looks like he's about to go off and be a pilot of some sort.
Maybe that's how he breaks the damaged ball. Just crashes a plate or something into
Crashes
it.
into them.
How are we winning this war? No one taught us to drive.
They basically just went that way and we went that way.
Yeah, so I don't know. I know this is probably not like the biggest one that's going to be revealed, but I'm happy I got this.
I will say, like, I actually do feel like this does have some reasonable uses. Like, as I mentioned, this is Cactuar's best friend because you got a 1 CP monster that, you know, pings for 1k, then you got another 1 CP monster that kills the thing you just pinged for 1k. So, like, stuff like that is really, really good.
Yeah.
I feel like this card is like, it's like, I'm not expecting much from it. It's a 1-cost monster, but at the same time, a lot of these 1-cost monsters have actually been surprisingly good. Like the wind one.
I'm in love with the goblin one.
Yeah, that's the fire one because you search for a goblin, right?
I'm play search for goblin. I'm like, yep, I'm there. Don't even care what the rest of it does. That's all I need.
And then the water
It says
one
goblin on it.
Does that mean we can finally have a game of orcs and goblins?
Actually, I don't think I have the goblin one on my Discord. By the way, guys, we have a Discord. Most spoilers go up there, and we have all these discussions and fun stuff, and we can answer questions and do themes based on for the podcast coming up. But yeah, does anyone have a copy of the goblin they can actually send me so I can put it up next to it?
You want to wait a couple of minutes so we'll keep chatting? But yeah,
Yeah.
you can grab it.
That'd be appreciated.
I actually kind of like. Of course, you got to take everything that's said about the card with a grain of salt. It is a lightning card, but I actually don't mind this card at all. Like, you know, 1 CP to break a damage forward, like that's probably what it should have cost to do that effect in the first place, and that's why the Ewan was kind of interesting. But at the same time, Ewan was a 2k forward, so you know you didn't really want to play a 2k forward. Whereas this, because it's a monster, it's like it actually feels bad to Amaterasu this.
I think what helps it is,
I love that.
I guess, play, but the fact it's multiplayer and can break itself, unlike Ewan, is what makes this the step up from Ewan, I think.
That and it's a monster as well. So as I mentioned before, Urianger can just get this back from the break zone.
Yes. There's always
So
you can recur this.
Mind you, though, being a monster, like, yes, Urianger can do that, but also Diana or Puck or stuff like that could do that for Ewan as well. I think that the unique, not the unique, quite the opposite actually. What to me is what's making it a step up more than anything is the multiplayer and or the fact it can kill itself, one or the other of them. But the fact it's got both is beautiful.
Yeah, this is an interesting card, but again, it's lightning.
The other thing
is going to save the element? No.
The other thing I found when like thinking about how to run Ewan is I never wanted to keep it as a forward to swing with. I wanted to find a way to bounce it back to my hand. I didn't want it to stay on the field because the longer it was on the field, the more susceptible to death it was.
Why you run Puck?
Yeah. So it was always the case where
Puck,
this...
Because you go Ewan, Sakura, you play Puck, Sakura draw 2. You play Ewan and Sakura on stack first, you draw 2, then Ewan kills it.
Yes, we can talk about spoiler cards now, Immortal God. But yeah, it's just I like this. I think I don't know. I kind of want to lean towards the old Onion Knight Wind Lightning now and see how it looks like nowadays.
Yeah.
You probably just run fire, fire lightning again. I think just because you have like Mitsuki, which is a, in my opinion, better version of Cactuar for the most part, just because it is so searchable.
Well, here's the thing. I've been really wanting to combine all three because the Wind Onion Knight can get back the Fire Onion Knight now. Yes, we have. Yes, the new Onion Knight. People forget it's Sage on it.
Yeah, it's Job Sage, so
Yeah,
do stuff like that. But
this is me being like a mucking around, wanting to do something dumb for the sake of dumb.
yeah,
no.
I can bring back all the Onion Knights.
literally all of them, every single one.
Yes, FFBE right now is looking delicious.
So,
Fire Ice, Ice Water, Water Fire, any of those three combined with the FFBs is looking just... Oh.
you know what? I think like FFBE this set is going to be the thing that finally drags Lightning out of the rut that it's been in for 14 sets.
Oh, the O. Or O? I don't know how to pronounce it.
I would probably say it's pronounced OA.
OA? Yeah, actually, that's a really good point.
Yeah, OA. Because you've got the cards like Glaciella, which basically say, oh, all of my stuff is basically free now. And then you got cards like Engelbert, which just say, oh, Yeah, then you got Engelbert, which just says, oh, I'm a forward that generates 2 crystals. Hello, how you doing?
That's why I don't have the picture, because there's only that version of it. That's right.
Yep, yeah.
Like, I would even consider running Schutzelt in, Water Lightning.
Hey, easy now. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
No, I'm being completely honest here. Like, and especially now that you've got this Orc as well. Like, ooh, that's interesting, actually.
I'm going to do my best with this, because... It's just... Yeah, that's why I don't have the proper... I was waiting for them to do... No, I'll just put it there.
Art.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing as well. Like, here's the next question. If you're running Schutzelt and then you play this Orc, do you actually just straight up kill a thing? Probably not, but...
which one's Schutzelt? Spelling?
So
Schutzelt are allowed for a deal at 1,000 damage. No, because you need to choose a damage forward, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, Schutzelt damages, doesn't it?
No. Yeah, Schutzelt damages, but this Orc needs to choose a damaged forward when it enters.
Yes. It has to have the legal target when the ability goes on the stack. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought you meant play something else, then go into the... No, if you're getting the trigger off the Orc, no, it will not work.
Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just read Schutzelt again. I was like, also, it's a monster, not a forward. But yeah, it's character. Schutzelt. Yeah,
Schutzel's character. No. If Orc cannot work with Schutzelt off his own trigger from it, yeah. Another trigger, yes. Another trigger, yes. All you want.
Well, I just, I thought that'd be like a super, super entertaining thing. Like, I'm not even joking about thinking about Schutzelt in the deck, because
that
2 CP.
Immortal God. What is
Ligma?
Wow.
I mean, I was baiting, but you go for it, Khalil. You go for it.
I have no idea. I have no idea what that word is. That's the problem. I'm missing the joke in the worst possible way.
Oh. So, ask your question then.
I did, but I think I got my answer. I think I got the answer I was going to get.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Got him.
Well done, Khalil. Well done. I tried to entertain you a little bit. I'm sorry that Khalil just walked into it.
It would have been better. It would have been better if I mispronounced it.
What's a logma?
What's a ligma? What the hell's a ligma?
Ligme.
It's okay. I'll just last swell him in another game and piss him off again. Make him have no hand. But yeah, I do like the idea with Schultz though, and this would be like the god move. Say you've got like 3 lightning backups, Schultz out, you go, cool, discard a card, play a lightning backup, 1k, tap 1, orc, kill, lightning, tap 1, orc, kill, lightning, 1k, tap, orc, kill, 1k. Just...
Mitsuki does that for you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When something dies, Mitsuki reactivates herself. So you Mitsuki, play orc, kill something. Mitsuki reactivates. Mitsuki, orc, kill something. Mitsuki reactivates. That's what I mean. Like, this combo exists in Fire, guys.
No. I would not say that, but I just like the idea of going 3 orcs with the Schultz. So like the previous,
Because...
No, I know, but I like the idea that the previous orc helps the next orc kill something.
Yeah.
I like the synergy of that. That, you know, this guy...
Is this the return of Mono Lightning?
Oh, can we do it?
No. No.
I refuse.
Sorry.
He doesn't want to admit it.
Actually, X-Death might be the return of something lightning.
Yeah, I was about to say, but we have X-Death though, but what about Zoidberg?
I'll also point out, and credit to, because I've never played Mannequins, credit to NATO. He made me aware of this because we had a quick chat about the new X-Death and he's super excited for it. The 2 mannequin backups that reduce card name X-Death of an element of lightning element reduces their cost by 1 each. Also Glorka, so if you really want, X-Death can be a 1 cost.
Yes.
Huh?
Oh, here's the next question. Do those backups say it cannot be 0?
No, but Glorka does.
Yeah, Glorka does.
So you don't run Glorka, you just run the other 2 backups and just play a whole bunch, like you just play those 4
they
backups
multiplayer?
and go. Yes, they are. All the mannequins are multiplayer.
No, I thought the reduced
I
cost
don't think
ones
them
were... I
They
could be
are.
wrong. They are?
They are
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Oh, god damn it.
It's a 0 cost X-Death for you guys.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna take the goblin off because it's gonna bug the crap out of me. Oh my god, that's... Yeah, alright. That's hilarious.
And even better, it's in the elements you want to be in anyway, Lightning Earth.
Yeah.
Because
I also thought about Trigger, and I'm like, oh, cool, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
because
sorry, they do say cannot become 0.
Oh, they do.
Boo.
But still 1
Still,
cost.
3 costs to play an 8k that does stuff. By the way, for people who haven't seen it, it's a 4 cost 8k forward. If there are 10 or more cards removed from the game, X-Death gains plus 2k power. When X-Death enters the field, remove all the characters in each player's break zone from the game. At the end of each of your turns, if there are 20 or more cards removed from the game, your opponent selects 1 character they control, remove it from the game. So, you guys remember, what was it called? The boss format.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Excellent. We're never playing that format ever again.
We never did in the first place.
yeah.
That's the joke.
Actually, on the note of
Delusionary Warlock. Sorry,
Delusionary.
Delusionary Warlock
yes,
is a 3 cost backup that searches for Lady of Antiquity, which are both the cards that reduce cost of X-Death.
yes.
Sick.
Yes.
Sick.
Now here's the question. Will someone play Mannequin this X-Death or just run those for this?
I would actually just run those backups for this X-Death, to be honest.
Yeah, the only thing either of them does for Mannequin specifically is Lady of Antiquity is the cost required to cast mannequins can be paid with CP of any other. So,
But I want there to be that one crazy person that does it.
oh yeah, no, it'll be built. It just there'll be a better version of it.
Is there a
Is there
search
a
for
search?
Leon?
Yes, there is. It's called Istaley.
Yeah. But what did you guys think of
Um,
the two FFTA 2 Moogles?
Just
Monteblanc
quickly
and
as well,
Hurdle.
sorry, there is
30.
Yosef as well.
Yes, true.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yep.
As far as the Muggles go, I'm of two minds about them. Like, Montblanc into Hurdy is a really, really good backup
Just
line
before-
start.
Sorry, I just want to point out, because I had an opinion of them, of being absolutely dog shit, until it was made apparent to me today by Squash Peas, actually, mentioned it. Hurdy's not restricted to your turn.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Second ability. You can
Yeah.
play a Fuller during your opponent's turn, which is potentially super good. So I'm holding my breath for them that they might get something. So far, Phasalis is the best thing because your opponent, dumps their hand to play their turn, and you go seek Phasalis to do things. And also, freezing on your opponent's turn is always good.
Oh, of course. On that note as well, though, like, do you put these in a dedicated Moogle list with the set, or
I don't think you
play
have to.
them I'm of the opinion that you don't need to pair them with Moogles at all. You just, Mont Blanc into Purdy, and there you go, 2 backups.
Oh yeah, no,
For
no,
5,
you don't,
yeah.
You don't Moogle them. Like the idea of them is for the new Sarah, and this new Sarah is awful. Like there's no.
That new Sarah is full limited.
That new
feel.
Sarah is for garbage
Unfortunately, it
bins.
took up Ice's lightning spot, legend spot.
I know it's annoying when that happens, but again, the legends don't. The rarities do not matter.
Yeah.
On the same token, though, the other Ice Legend, Cesart, is kind of spicy.
Yeah.
I like it.
I read him again today, and I thought, ooh, but yeah, I can't remember exactly what it is. Where is he?
So he's a 1-cost 9k.
Yep.
Cost 1 more for each card in your opponent's hand. On ETB, if your opponent has 3 or more cards in their hand, they reveal their hand, and you choose to discard any card among them that's not a backup. And when Cesart attacks, your entire field gets plus 1k till end of turn.
The last bit doesn't matter. That's
The last bit is
kind of
slightly irrelevant, but I mean, being able to break some sort of power parity is kind of interesting. But on the same token, the rest of the text is actually really,
Yeah, I'm
really
putting it up
quite
now
good.
because I think
good,
this is a
but
really
also-
good card.
it's also why does the, to me anyway, why is there a restriction on whether you look at your opponent's hand and discard a card? It's a very high restriction too. 3 or more cards in your opponent's hand. So he is now a 4 cost at very least to do something that Zidane has done for 3, and picked any card to have them discard. Like Zezat is just like most Ice and Lightning legends lately have had just for no reason unnecessary restrictions of them that really affects them.
Okay, so here's my counterpoint to that. Yes, Zidane is a 3-drop and does all of that text, but Zidane is a 3k. This is a 9k.
4 cost 9k isn't on curve.
4 cost 9k is not on curve. I agree with that.
But a one
Four
cost
cost
1
9K
cost
your
9k
opponent
is.
discard.
Now here.
Yeah, but at that point, it's just a body, which the game, you can't play a game by producing bodies anymore. You need to have your bodies do things, and if the thing that it's doing is buffing your board by 1000 power, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
To me, anyway, in my opinion.
Counterpoint to that again. This is now because the printed cost of the card is 1. This will just slot straight into Bart's Bocco. And it
Yeah.
is also the easiest card to cheat into play
Look,
because
you might be,
everything can cheat into play.
yeah, yeah. Bart Spocker, I think, loves this.
Yes, this is about. That was the thing I was going to
Does
go
it
into
love?
next. Bart's Bocco
Yeah.
is this thing's home.
Does it
Yeah.
love it more than 1 CP Lightning?
You run them side by side.
Yeah, there's already so many good picks there. Because you
So
have Ultras, Lightning, the
Suzuki stuff.
dancer, what's his name? Yeah. No,
So
there's
there's actually a friend of mine that's built a deck that he's built it for more casual purposes, but it's actually really quite powerful, and it's designed like specifically around cheating high power one cost forwards into play. So he's actually using things like Starter Ristola and Thancred to cheat in like Lightning and Cesart and
look.
like do
To,
stuff from
to,
that. It's an
I'll,
interesting deck.
I'll cop that it certainly is a good card for Bart Spocker. But my counterpoint to that then is, so you mean it's a win legend?
Yes. Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it's not a good ice card. It's a
What-
good
what-
wind card.
What did we? Okay, what did we just discuss? Like at the start of this, ice color isn't assisting for other colors.
Yeah, but not Bart Spocker either.
It helps everyone, even Bart's Bocco. It'll even lend a hand to that
which
deck.
also runs 3 costs a day, so.
Lacana los dos?
Yeah, just have all of it. Just
Oh.
have all of the discard that you want. Another card that I want to talk about, and we were mentioning it earlier, Khalil, was the 2-cost Maria. You were saying that it was going to be in a more like mid-rangey deck. My counterpoint to that.
Was it Maria? I thought he had a different name. Where is it?
If you're talking about like the crystal generator guy.
I was talking about the crystal generator guy.
Oh, you were talking about the crystal generator guy.
You
So
could
that
play
goes
the
in.
bad luck card, yeah. No, I'm kidding. It's it's beautiful.
Yeah, I was talking about the crystal. No, Maria, I agree with you with. No, Maria, yeah. 100%, you're right.
I also love how they bought out all this support for 2 costs and then just printed Zion, and they're like, okay, 2 costs a ban then, I guess.
Yeah. Like you turn the Icefire Knights deck into 2-drop tribal, and they print Ixion, and it's just like, I need some counter spells now.
It was just like,
Yeah.
but why?
Also, Skull Up, what the fuck?
Oh, holy crap! I am terrified.
What the fuck?
I am
Oh, yeah, 3 cost
terrified of that
multiply.
card.
Randomly discarding though is so stupid.
That is...
I was trying to explain this
multiplayer.
to people that I was trying to explain this to people that think it's a bad card, right? Because there's a couple of people that are like, oh, like it's it's a 3-cost, so no. Every single instance of random discard in every single other TCG has been good. Like if you think about like in Magic the Gathering, you got him to Turok, right? Double black, opponent discards 2 cards at random. That's backbreaking. Like that could that can either hit random nothingness, or it can hit their next 2 land drops and they can't play the game anymore.
And it's so impactful in Final Fantasy as well, because currently the meta is play to your outs. So if you're, which is part of the reason why my Waterfire party deck is not also very strong at the moment, is because it doesn't play to its out. It inheritably wants to go ham. But play to your outs. So you hold stuff like Susanoo and Shantoto and that, and you don't overextend. So that way when your opponent overextends, you can, play to your out. You have an out.
You can punish them.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Scholar says, I may just take your punishment away.
Scholar takes that away because your opponent holds 2 to 3 cards. Susanoo's, there's a 1 in 3 chance you don't win the game anymore. Also, what are you going to do? I do this. I make you discard a card or 2. You then play your Susanoo. Kill 2 or 3 of my 2 to 3 costs. Sick. You paid 6 for that and broke it back up to kill 3 2 costs. That's fine.
I know.
Also, I made you discard 3 cards in the process. Like, it's...
Like when I was actually joking around when I named my when I won won the regional, like the last standard regional with Ice Fire. I was joking around when I said who the hell decided Turbo Discard could come back, and then apparently they said Turbo Discard can come back, and now it's on a Scholar, and I'm just like, no, don't put random
It's
discard.
also multiplayer.
Yeah, don't put random discard on a standard unit.
Oh, the White Tiger LC?
No,
No,
this
No, the
Scholar.
Scholar,
new
yeah.
Scholar.
The new Scholar,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, because I was also thinking about the new White Tiger LC just being a downgraded Thaumaturge as well. With that.
That's the problem I'm having with Scholar, is it's an upgraded Thaumaturge.
Yeah,
it really is.
We got a down. We got a no. It's a so we got a downgrade of Thaumaturge, but an upgrade. But no. It's an upgrade of Gespa, not Thaumaturge, right? The new Scholar.
No.
No, it's 2 cost 5k multiplay, so it is always 5k, not if your opponent has 2 less cards in hand.
Oh,
On
okay.
play, pay an ice, your opponent randomly discards 1.
Yeah, that's not Thaumaturge. That's Gespa.
No. Thaumaturge is on play, your opponent discards 1. The fact it's a 2 cost multiplay.
Oh, is it? I thought I remember Thaumaturge just being if you have X or less cards, it gets haste and
No.
plus X.
It's a 2 cost multiplay on play, your opponent discards 1. If your opponent has 2 or less cards in hand, he gains 4k.
So they essentially.
He's a 1k power.
So they
You're
essentially.
probably thinking about Squall, actually. Like if your opponent has 2 or less cards in hand.
Yeah,
he gains
actually,
haste.
that might be. Yeah.
He's a 4k. So 2 or less, he gains 5k haste, and then if he's otherwise, if it's 0 in hand, he can.
That's the new Squall. The Opus 6 Squall.
No, the old Squall.
Yeah, 2 cost 5k. If your opponent has 2 or less cards in hand, he has haste. I think
No
he's
cards
actually,
gains 3k. Yep.
Yeah, but I think he's also. I think it's 2 cost. If your opponent has 2 or less, he gains hasted first strike as well.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yes. So he becomes a 2 cost 8k first strike. Yeah.
So I feel.
Squall wasn't broken. Thaumaturge broke Squall. Thaumaturge was. So yeah.
So I feel what they've done then with Thaumaturge and White Tiger and Scholar is they've just
And Royal
Solomoned
God
it.
as well,
They've just Solomoned it and just like, I will take this broken card and I will cut it in half. Now I have 2 cards that do the same thing. Because I really like the new White Tiger LC as well with the just in ice.
I can't even remember what that one does.
So that one's a 3 cost 7k. If your opponent has 3 or less cards in hand, it gets plus 2k in Brave. If your opponent has 1 or less cards in their hand, it can't be broken.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's amazing.
I think it's a okay ice card in. It's a good card in a bad element.
It's like it does do stuff. Like at that 3 cards or less, that's the sweet spot for Phasalis as well. So
Yeah.
like if you run these two side by side,
But that's what I mean with cards like that are like, why is there a restriction on that? Like, why are they concerned about breaking a card like that? So what would be wrong if it was, always, if your opponent has 3 or less cards in hand, can't be broken, gains all this other shit? Because there's cards out there like Squall or Phasalis which just do better things.
Yeah, but I like the idea that
they could nerf one thing that is better in a fire, which has nothing to do with discarding cards. Like, what?
Well, I just like the fact that Ice now has a card that basically says, go on, attack all you want, I'm gonna just block with this one thing forever. You're now not allowed to have an attack step. Unless you have Kucha spell.
Well, keep in mind, they, like, the way that they're doing it is that, like, if your opponent's empty-handed, they can just go, like, draw for turn, draw up to 2 cards, go to combat, do their stuff, and then play their things out.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's got some potential there, like a lot of really good potential with it. And especially now that we know you can flash it at instant speed with Hurdy.
Who
Yeah,
was
but
that? Sorry.
are you really flashing that in though?
Look, if
No, you're flashing.
if I'm sitting there,
Sure.
my opponent has like a bunch of soirees, one card in hand. I have nothing, and they go declare attacks, and I go flash in this guy, block, 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 block. I'm doing it. I also like the idea that this comes in and stops the entire deck.
You gotta
It
get
does
them
have potential there
empty-handed
to,
first.
just nullify an attack phase.
Yeah.
But it's a attack phase, because then they just draw to and kill your guy.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, I think even that has some potential, and I think like the synergy that Ice now has another form of denial.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, I think it's a good card in a bad element. I think is its downfall.
Because it gets around, obviously card with you have to have less cards. It gets around Squall. Because Squall can't kill it, and he just blocks Squall and still doesn't die.
That's true. Kills the rest of your board, but
Yeah. Yeah, it gets, what's it called? The Fireboard wipe one. Susano. It's like, okay. Cool. I block as well, because it's got haste. Your one has haste. So I think it's an interesting direction to start taking Ice. I hope this is the start of.
Is it can't be broken with one or less cards in hand?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
a 9k brave. It's a 9k brave that can't be broken.
with one or less cards in hand though, so
Your
the Squall
opponent,
can still be live. The Squall can still deal the 4k.
Yeah, but it doesn't
and
kill
that
it.
can block.
That's okay, but
Yeah, no,
it'll
you
never
block it.
kill. It'll never kill the Kodmi,
No,
regardless.
it will. It will. If you have 2 cards in hand, it will. If you block it. It just turns Squall into, I have 2 cards in hand, not 0. Or 1.
Yeah, which is good
2
thing.
cards in hand, Squall's still good. Yes, it
Yeah.
limits Squall a little bit, but it's not untouchable. It's only...
Oh no, it's
also... Yeah.
No disagreements there.
No. I don't believe there are many like pure and I mean indestructible in the sense that what they do cannot be countered by something, and that's a good thing in the game. No, there are a bunch of stuff that get around this, but I think this gets around a lot of cool stuff at the same time.
Yeah, it helps a few things.
And I don't know, just personal opinion. I just really like the card.
Yeah. So this is just from my perspective. The decks that I'm most excited for at the moment, not having seen the whole set, are so Water X crystals. So that could either be Water Ice or Water Lightning at this point, because
Or Rainbow.
you could do it Rainbow if you're brave. And speaking of cards that
You have
probably
Sarah
shouldn't-
into Princess Sarah. It's not particularly brave. It's there.
Well, if you're playing lightning cards, you've seen them pretty brave.
Yeah.
One of the other cards that I want to talk about is the dual horn package. So we recently had the 2 Earth dual horn foil. What were they thinking putting the text that says your opponent can't attack, can't declare more than attacks, and they have backups?
Oh yes.
What were they thinking putting that text on a card?
They were thinking Earth needed some help, right? Right?
Yeah, Earth totally needed the help.
Now, if that was an ice card, right?
Yeah.
Bear with me. That was an ice card whose effect was your opponent's forwards can't declare. Your opponent can only attack with as many cards in their hand.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I agree.
like that.
We're also currently making custom cards. But
Yeah, but my point still stands. Who the hell decided that was a good idea?
cocaine?
Cocaine
decided.
I know, the card design team thought, oh, we can put this text on a card, it's fine. No, it's not okay.
Nope. Even if it's a
No.
5k forward, but yeah.
It's a 2-drop
Doesn't it
5.
have-
Oh,
doesn't it have back attack as well?
No, it
No,
doesn't.
that's the other one. That's the other one that says I'm just
The
going
Duke.
to break every single party.
Yeah.
That isn't an avalanche party.
Yeah. So
But-
I think we're getting
the fact
close
that
to the
it's a
end.
dual horn as well, so that means Macquis can revive it if it dies.
Oh God, I actually
It's
I
never
didn't
gonna
realize
die.
that.
It's never
Oh my
gonna
God, yeah. I actually
It's
did
never
not
gonna
realize
die.
that.
That's good. What was its name? Sorry.
Duke something.
The other one is the other one. It's like the Night Hunter or something like
Oh,
that.
the Night Dancer.
The Night Dancer. There
Yeah,
you go.
the Night Dancer
Yeah,
is
no,
the.
he's never reviving any. Hang on.
And
No,
then
no.
Macquis
Macquis
can
the
revive.
Phantasm is what reses. It's never ever gonna res anything other than Opus.
Why would you say
Like-
that?
Yeah, it can res it, I guess, but it's never going to. Let's be
It will-
real.
It will at my Golbez list.
Yeah.
I'm gonna totally run that. Like I'm running those two cards in that deck anyway because like they both cost 3 or less. Macquis says your opponent's forwards enter dull, and Gentiana says they have no abilities now. It's kind of entertaining.
Does
But-
does that stop ETBs? It would stop ETBs,
Yes.
wouldn't it? Yeah.
That stops everything. They no longer have a text box.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
They enter dull and they have no abilities, so it's a nice way for it's a nice another way for Sid Randall to take effect, but it's also just switching off their entire text box so they don't have action abilities or anything like that as well.
Who's that? Sorry. So what? I can't find this card. It's not.
What was the combos? I think he's asking.
So Macquis is the 3-drop 7k that says your opponent's forwards enter dull, and then Gentiana says they lose all their abilities.
Right. That
So
might
I'm
be
go-
a.
I'm gonna be running. I'm gonna be running Macquis and the Night Dancer in my Golbez list anyway because anti-aggro. It's kind of hilarious.
Look, to be fair though, that combo has been in existence since Gentiana got printed and no one's played it, so I can't imagine it being played.
Yeah, but that's because it was attached to a 5-drop 9k before.
What's this one? 3 cost or something?
It's a 3 cost,
Yeah.
which means it's easier to cheat or play. See, and that's the thing. Like they've started to print. They reprint effects that they've had previously on expensive cards and put them on the cheaper cards. So
It's a way
things
for
like-
it's a way for them to do a rotation without doing a rotation, kind of.
yeah. But like, if you think about things like the new Agrius, for example, the Opus 16 Agrius. So that's got the thing where if you target it, your opponent if your opponent targets it, they discard a card. That's been a thing since Opus 1. It's just gotten powerful now that they print it on a 2-drop.
That makes
2-drop
crystals. Yeah. 2-drop Knight that makes crystals.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's a
but it's
lot
also-
there. I'm not sure being a 3 cost is. I
Well,
mean,
it's not just that
I
it's a 3 cost. It's a 3 cost that revives something else as well.
Yeah, look,
Um,
this is what we cool stuff for us to discuss and test out and all that. Like, I like this.
Yeah.
Like, dumb idea. Like, I find it a lot easier to make like top tier decks than it is to make a fun deck that does well in this game.
That's because it's so easy to make a top tier deck.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
almost everything is playable
yeah,
in
But-
the right build.
I think we should start wrapping it up. I have an important vote for chat. I don't know who's left. So everyone has seen my calendar, I assume, correct? At least between you guys.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to be running a poll. Who did it better, myself or Colin? Who made a better calendar?
Why would you cause conflict like this? This is not a
Yeah.
smart business move.
This is hilarious. I love this.
This is a bad idea.
And
Stop,
it's
stop.
gonna be a 2-minute poll, and at that point, I believe you wanted to say something, Kanagawa.
So go now or?
Yeah.
Alright, for anyone listening,
Oh.
at this point it will likely be Australia only. Sorry. But I've been talking with a couple of people, relevant people, about doing a monthly league, online league for Final Fantasy. So it'll be in a format sort of like pay for your entry each week, or maybe even for the month. I haven't quite figured out that sort of stuff yet. And then for each week that you attend, it'll be a promo on a pack, and then it'll be 3 rounds over 3 weeks. So I'll put up each round each week. You will then verse your opponent throughout the week whenever you get the chance. Give me your results. Then the next round will go up. And then after the 3 weeks, the 4th week of the month will be a top 4 cut, and it'll just be a online locals sort of vibe. So just a bit of a, I guess, a little announcement slash heads up that is something that in the near future I will hope to get into action, especially with the release of new set. People are going to be testing anyway, may as well get a few packs out of it and have a bit of fun with some other people. So, yeah.
No, fantastic. And if you don't mind me piggyback on that, hopefully once we start getting this time slot a bit more consistent, I'm hoping to do it every 2 weeks at the moment, even though we've got things for the next next month pretty packed. I'm hoping that, we start doing some online events here as well. I have to organize what I can get and do price structure-wise, or if it's just going to be bragging rights. But yeah, normally we'd be doing the 6th. Actually, I think we can do the 6th and talk, because that would be pre-release weekend, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be. Yeah.
My locals do. Also, this is just another little side thing as well, if you guys are keen as well. So we don't make an additional day through the week for a pre-release. We keep it our locals night, which is a Tuesday night.
That's what we do as well.
So we'll be running our pre-release then. So if you just want to come down and do another pre-release, Tuesday, what's the date? Ooh, should probably check that day.
9th.
9?
Is it the
Yeah,
week
it'll be the
before the weekend, or the Tuesday after that weekend? That's the question.
It has to be after, because then it's a
Okay.
pre-release.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah,
then
our
it's 9th.
pre-release will hold on the 9th of August at Guff Ballarat at 6:30.
Yeah, I'll be running both the Midian one on the 6th and the Tezza in Melton on the 7th, if people are interested in that. Do you want to do your locals, Rob?
So, those locals pretty much it. So, on the Saturday will be Games Corner in North Parramatta. They'll be doing their pre-release then. Monday will be Wollongong. Good Games Wollongong will be running their pre-release. Tuesday will be the Game Centre in Campbelltown. They'll be running their pre-release. And Wednesday From the Deep in Penrith. They'll be running theirs.
Yeah, I'd go there just to get your orcs signed.
Yep. I will attend as many of those as I can. Come through, I will sign all of your orcs.
Whoever gets all 3 signatures just has the best orc.
Yep.
But yeah, that's everything. Thank you guys for coming by, and hopefully we'll try and make this a more regular thing.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, always. No, it'll just be good. Hopefully we'll be getting more people so we can have a mixed panel coming up, all stuff for the future. Thanks for everyone who came by. Thanks for everyone who said hi. If you're watching from the YouTube, if you liked it, like. If you didn't like, don't give the, what's it called, the thumbs down? I can't remember. Unlike?
No
dislikes. Dislikes. No. Dislikes are fine, but you know.
You do not have permission to dislike the content.
Refused. Not allowed.
From Mouth himself.
Wait, what?
No, that was me.
I also now have to beep that.
Yep.
Why? What?
We'll talk after, but
no beeps.
Yeah. So
No beeps. We're going uncensored. This is raw content.
Yeah. So please go ahead and put even a comment. I love hearing comments. I love seeing stuff. Like I do these live because I like chatting with chat, and I think that's the same with probably most people. So, yeah, hopefully you guys see you. And again, if you guys do want to catch these live on the YouTube, you have to come to Twitch and sub. I can't stream on YouTube yet because YouTube. Don't ask me. Otherwise, we'll go to the Be Right Back screen, and I'm hopefully going to be coming back after I get something to eat with Persona 5. So, see you guys on the other side.
Alright, see you guys.
Take it easy, everyone.